Sametha Shri Bhagavate Sachidananda Parabrahma Purushottama Paramatma Shri Bhagavati Sametha Shri Bhagavate Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hi Anna, Namaste. We are reserving a place for father, so request you to leave the hangout so he can join. Can you hear me, Anna?
Um, I understand. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, let's try now. Is this okay?
It's okay now, father. But I
Okay,
think
good.
YouTube is on,
No, I
so
have. No, I don't. This is mine. Okay, let's try now. It's okay. No, it's
it's okay now, father. But I think
okay, good.
YouTube is on.
Where is it fine? I don't. I have two YouTube. Namaste everyone. Very warm welcome to Satsang today. Sadguru Shri Mujiji ki Jai. Thank you all so much for joining in. If you're in the Hangout, the way to ask questions is to unmute your mic. And if you're on YouTube, you can type your question in the chat and we will look at it. So what shall we speak about today? Priya, you're trying to say something, but we can't hear you. Ah, okay. Bhagwati said, let's speak about nothing. Jenny said nothing. You're the funniest bunch. We get together, then we make sure that the audio is working fine, and then we speak about nothing. And Priya is saying nothing too, yes. Oh, Priya said, can you say something about the person trying to be I? The person trying to be I. Just through these thoughts, isn't it? The pretend voice is saying that this imagined identity is I. There is no real existence of the person at all, just an imagined one. And the mind is perpetuating this imagination. It's like when we were kids, we were saying the other day, when we were kids, some of us would have these imaginary friends. They have these imaginary friends, and also you have this voice which says that you are this one, this imagined one. So we must not also give too much credence to this person idea. Oh, the person came back and then I became a person. None of that is true because there is no person. It is not coming or going anywhere. All that this depends on is your belief. You see? So if you take that example of that imagined old lady on the banks of the Ganga, you say, oh, she came back again, and I believed that I was her. Then it went away in satsang. Then again I stopped satsang, and there she was. It's all a question of belief and thought. That's all it is. Belief in this imagined idea. So you, in reality, are not coming and going, and because the person never came, you cannot go. So that's why we were also saying the other day that the trouble seems to be the only trouble, if there is, seems to be that one is completely imagined, the ego, what we thought ourselves to be, is completely imagined, and the second is not, the truth is not perceivable phenomenally. And something is looking for a phenomenal perception of the truth. But you are that to which all phenomena appears. You see what I'm saying when I say like this? Maybe what I should start doing is, like in a classroom, ask people to repeat. What did I just say? Then you see the hangout is no longer full. All the troubles about the hangout being full can go away like this.
You won't remember what you said.
That's why I should.
The same thing.
So this one I remember I was saying that I was saying that one is pure imagination, therefore has no phenomenal reality. Second is the one to which all phenomena arises, therefore that itself has no phenomenal reality. So if you're looking for ourselves phenomenally, we cannot get any satisfaction either in the imagined one or in the truth. So we must drop this idea that I will experience myself phenomenally. At best, you can experience the presence of your being, of consciousness, phenomenon. You see it like this one. So therefore, this means that whatever is perceived phenomenally cannot be me. Because here I am, who is the witness of that? So now which non-phenomenal question can we have? Okay, there are a lot of questions which I missed. Okay, my love, thank you so much. And then Priya said, yes, this imaginary person just comes and goes like all appearances, like all things. So clear now and sometimes not, like the Ganga lady is. But the good news, like I keep saying, is that you can never become that Ganga lady, you see. You can never become that. You're only pretending. You can only pretend. Clear, no? Okay, we have two requests to
Then
share.
Priya said,
Can you
yes,
come?
this imaginary person just comes and goes like all.
Namaste, Father.
Namaste.
Father, I just wanted to, I don't know if it's ask or clarify, but it seems like belief or non-belief doesn't seem to make any difference to this, Father.
Yes.
The one that's believing and the one that's disbelieving, neither exists.
Yes. This is a very good point. So she says that once it is seen clearly that I am this awareness, then belief and disbelief also don't apply to me. So
No.
when do they come? After the being is born, they appear before the birth of the person, you see. Let's see this together. So what happens is, once being is there, then you will see that the powers of attention and belief are present. Therefore, they must belong to this consciousness, to this being. As awareness, you remain completely untouched by this play of beingness also. But being is present, immediately we have the power to give attention and to give our belief. And then this belief is there that I am this bundle of flesh and blood, and I am that which my thoughts are speaking to. Therefore, I am a person. But suppose we woke up and there was no belief in this idea of being a person. That is called the unassociated being. So already awareness is completely unassociated, and then being, once it does not use the power of its attention and belief in this way, also remains unassociated. That's why I say that for awareness, you could have a million lifetimes of complete identification as a person, but does not mean anything. So belief, not belief, person, not person, none of it matters in reality to you. Then the question then remains, then what is the point? Then why do we do this satsang? Why do we speak? Because I am unaffected. See? So in this play that consciousness is made for itself, it enjoys playing in this way. First it deludes itself, gets addicted to the person idea, then it creates satsang to get removed from the person idea. So it is like a fail-safe that consciousness itself made for itself. See, and consciousness only speaks to itself. That's why this entire thing is called the Leela, or the divine play. So ultimately, from the point where you are speaking, you can say that none of this has ever really happened. Nothing has ever really happened, isn't it? And from
Yes.
that perspective, then there are no words also required. It is so clear that to awareness, nothing has ever really happened. It is only for beingness. So this is rehab for the being. Being which is
Okay.
confused itself to be the person, and being is now coming to the clarity that I was never a person, through the voice of being itself. That's why this is such a beautiful joke, isn't it? Such a beautiful.
And it's almost like, Father, the more it's, well, I don't even say, no, I could say the more it's seen, but the clearer it's seen that awareness is not touched and that I am that awareness, or that isn't even there's an I there, the less the thoughts are even believable anyway, because
Yeah.
how could it possibly, how could there be anything in that? Because it's just a dream.
Yes. It's like you've woken up inside your dream, and now the thoughts are coming to say, but you must run, you must run. But you are saying, no, I'm untouched because this is just a dream. Just like that. Then you will lose the power to believe. Let's not say we'll lose the power to believe, you lose the temptation to believe. Because once you see that this is not me, this body is not me, the imagined person is not me, and all thoughts are referring only to this, then what is the temptation? What is the motivation to believe anything? Not. It's only when consciousness itself is coming and saying, I'm tired of this addiction, there is nothing in it for me, I want to be free from this, then it creates this satsang sort of environment, which is actually the de-addiction center from the person idea. And initially you'll have some withdrawal symptoms, and you'll say, I don't know what to do, I have no feet to stand on, I can't find the me, and it's uncomfortable, it's fearful, then you'll throw some tantrums and you'll do some of this, and then it will just, and usually you'll do like this, and then you'll come to this clear seeing, I was always this awareness. So none of this was really happening to me. All part of this whole divine thing.
And even the word awareness to the idea of a person, then what happens here is that then that identity tries to, it's crazy. It's like this, the shadow trying to become the sun.
Yeah.
Because in this, I can't even say awareness, not awareness. There's no almost like there's no conceptual point of reference or name or anything that couldn't even say awareness. Does that make sense, Father?
It makes sense. Because what happens is that it's like you entered this virtual reality game. And in the virtual reality game, there was this artificial intelligence assistant, which is programmed to tell you that you are this person. And now you are saying, no, I'm not this person, I'm awareness. So every time it refers to you as a person, you say, no, I'm awareness. So this artificial intelligence is trying to say, okay, Mr. Awareness, can I speak? It makes no sense to this program, you see. Awareness as a concept makes no sense to this program. To program, it's only what is phenomenally perceivable that makes sense. But you, that is the witness of all of this play, cannot be understood by this little program which is control the life of the person. When the mind says awareness, it's just clueless. It has no idea. So what we call the spiritual ego is just this program itself, which is saying, I am now awareness. But you can still smell that it's still the program.
Yeah.
It comes like that. So that is called the spiritual ego. And the mind says, okay, awareness is what I am. Yes, I am awareness. So it cannot really fathom what is really going on. It cannot perceive this non-phenomenal existence that you are. Once you come to that point, then we find that all labels are pretty useless, including awareness. Although it is a good pointing, including to just say awareness is not enough. You see, you don't feel that it is enough. Because not just awareness, it's also the supreme knowing of all that is here. So there is no word which can accurately describe what you are. But awareness comes close. It's very beautiful contemplations to ask this question, very, very good. That to awareness, even belief or non-belief doesn't matter. Because awareness is untouched with this play of existence, with this play of life. It's actually unheard of
Mm.
in our, when I was growing up, or when we in so many, and also in so many spiritual movements, that people would come and have these kind of contemplations. Very, very rare. It's very beautiful. So when I hear you speak like this, I feel very happy.
Thank you so much, Father.
Always welcome, my dear.
Thank you so much.
So, so welcome. Yes.
Essence is much difficult now, even in your absence.
Yes, very good.
Yes. So, enjoy presence. Um, I know that's just a seeing, the seer state, the seeing. Presence is being state, but there's another state which witnesses that. I want to
Yes.
shift there.
Yes, yes. To shift there, lose this I. Because you already are. The one who says I want is not you. Stop seeing now. Stop seeing. You become unaware. Stop all witnessing.
No,
Not do. And where are you?
that's a very normal state.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
No big deal
Because
about
you've
it.
always been this.
But there's no big deal about
There
it.
is no big deal.
But we want the big deal.
Yes, what is the deal you want? Okay, let's define that. This is very good. So, what is the deal that you want? Hello?
I don't want any halo. I don't want to go on and anything. I want to be nothing.
But that doesn't sound like a big deal to me. It is nothing. You said awareness, no big deal. Then I said, what is it that you want? You said nothing. So, how can nothing be a big deal?
This is a very normal state.
Yes, yes. That's why I keep saying that you've always been this.
But there's no hype about
Yes, yes.
nothing.
It doesn't have to be like that. For some it can be. For some there can be laughter, there can be crying. For some it's a very simple, sober scene. But I've always been this. So what has all this fuss been about? It's just much ado about nothing. That's when this laughter comes. It's all been much ado about nothing.
But sometimes it's in presence is beautiful. In the being state,
Yeah.
it's beautiful. But when you say normal state, there's no big deal, nothing.
That's why you must have created the being. Because there was just this pure nothing emptiness. Then you said, okay, I'm all there is. Let's have some entertainment. So you created this being.
Created the being.
It comes from you. You are aware of the being. You are prior to that. So enjoy. You say presence is beautiful, so enjoy presence.
Enjoy presence. Okay. But yeah, enjoy presence.
Yeah.
But then I have to close my eyes to do that. Well,
Right? Are you not being now?
the aha feeling is not there.
It will stabilize.
It's still like
Soon you will find no difference. Eyes closed, eyes open, doesn't matter. Talking, no talking. It doesn't matter. doesn't mean that you're chasing after a feeling. This is again the mind seeking pleasure. If you look at our lives, it's all about chasing pleasure and avoiding pain. Very primal mind instinct. So, our true discovery is that awareness is unconcerned by even this good feeling or bad feeling, unconcerned by even the presence or absence of being itself. When it becomes like a desire, then we must investigate, is this becoming personal again? Or is there something more just pure, which the presence of being automatically joy is coming? That is different. Because there's still this voice of the person coming and saying, but yeah, this is what I want. This one made me sleep. When I say we must lose, you don't believe it.
The all-knowing, all aspects are you. We, we have attached to that.
All knowing.
We are all-knowing.
Yes, yes.
All-knowing.
Okay, so in this moment, what is appearing to you is the universe. So what don't you know?
I don't know many things about what's happening in the universe.
Right?
Well, we have this shifting, and lot of they say, we have to be one with the earth and vibrate one with the earth, and all that stuff.
So you go to sleep tonight. In that you have a dream. When you have the dream, and in the dream you will see that the earth that you're in is in a lot of trouble. You have to become one with that earth. How will you do it? Is there a dream besides that which you are aware of? So in the dream you can read a newspaper on. You can read a newspaper. In the newspaper it says that in this country this happened. So does that country exist actually in the dream, or it's just a concept? This play of consciousness is exactly the same as that play of consciousness. But you don't have to now force these insights onto yourself. Just be clear in your understanding. No person is here. I am this awareness. And then, as you see more and more, you marinate in this more and more, all these insights will become completely clear.
There's an awakening. Awakening.
Awakening only means to wake up from the idea of being a person.
And sleeping.
The sleeping means?
Normal humanity is sleeping. We are not awake.
No. Forget about humanity. Let's focus on you.
This is a waking dream.
Okay. So whose dream is it?
God's dream.
Yeah. And you are what?
I'm a person.
You are not a person. Then who's sleeping? You say that, yes, I see that I am that in which even consciousness is born. God is born inside me. And God is doing all of this. And if God is doing all of this, then who is sleeping? Only the projection. Or you can say God himself, a part of God is sleeping. Because there is no, you cannot say, okay, I am clear I'm not a person, but she is still a person. You see that? When you wake up, the world wakes up.
Yeah. You wake up,
Because you are the world is born inside you. See, the mind has had it completely upside down. It has confused you and made you believe that you are just this bucket of bones and flesh and blood. Now you start saying, no, I am aware. All which is coming and going, I am aware. This body can come and go, I am aware. So many dream bodies come and go, I am aware. So many people, so many appearances are coming and going, I am aware. Untouched by any of this. Now speak from that perspective. Who's asleep?
In presence, there's so much spaciousness. You know, but in the waking moment, I don't.
Stabilize. Because what's happening is that when you came, even this presence was little unclear. It stabilized over a few days. Being is here. Listening is here. It's becoming clear. Then you will start to also see that even eyes open, they're not so troubled. Otherwise, what happens is you look at that bottle. You can look at it for a few seconds. So you'll find that as you keep looking at it, the mind keeps giving you some input over this bottle. Is it really clean? You'll be using this yesterday also. All this rubbish will come. Okay? So it takes a while when our senses are open to be in a place where all this distracting mind stuff is not bothering us. When you look at a flower, you just see the flower. You not say why is it red or blue.
You just enjoy the beauty of it. And that's it. You don't mind the flower.
Don't apply any concept to it. Once you put a concept to it, then it's like I give you a chocolate cake and you're mixing mud in it and saying, okay, I'm making it better. Actually, it's not becoming better. It's just the mind will come and say, okay, I've understood something.
Don't put out any story.
So when you don't believe your next thought, this happens automatically.
Yes, yes. The joy is there.
So does it matter to appearance, to awareness whether the appearance of joy is there? Even this we must say, because many get attached to the states which arise in satsang. It's not about the states. Because any state which is coming will go. When it goes, then you'll say, oh, I had it, I lost it, what's happening? If you are
It's
attached
beautiful
to
to be in satsang.
yeah.
The energy is very high. There's so much of wow, peace, everything. Wow, wow. But it's not there.
Sometimes, and sometimes there can be so much frustration also in satsang.
It doesn't happen to me.
Yeah.
Really, yes.
For many, if you're all completely blissed out, they'll be looking at you and saying, what's happening with this one? Is he hearing the same stuff which I am hearing? So all the energies which need to play out will play out. It's okay. So it's not about, although this energy is helpful, they're helpful states just to help reinforce the openness which you have. So you're open, and then some peace and joy comes. Then you build some trust. But sometimes what can happen is some vasana, some tendency, something, some energy was repressed in the past and can suddenly come.
Yeah. It happened to me just today. So I had to do a lot of bhajans just to like in a way. It's funny, I was very troubled. But
And the mind will do everything, you'll find, many of you will find that just everything is set and you're coming to satsang, then it feels like, oh, something happened, or today I want. So the mind will come with these truths. So if you're able to
they would like to see you.
know it.
Father, could I say something more? Is that okay?
Yes, yes. Well,
I
are
just
we on air? We are on air, no? Yeah.
whenever a sharing happens here, mind always arises and there's this question of arrogance, because in the past whatever, there's definitely been spiritual ego. And Father, it can be so insidious where the mind will claim as seeing or knowing, and I just place myself fully on the chopping block, Father. If ever, whenever it arises, and for anyone, please just chop it, Father. No, no interest in knowing anything or claiming anything, and even the one that's saying this it's all nonsense. But it's just something felt just to.
Very, very, very good that you see this. Very good you make this prayer. And you started from a beautiful perspective, which was ultimately even this belief and non-belief matter. Stay from there. Stay there.
Then I know, Father, even when I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Then I know everything I'm saying is all the imagined one, Father.
There is some place for what you said. It's true. But I would much rather prefer how you started, which is even more beautiful than this. Although the words don't necessarily sound as beautiful, but the place where it was coming from. This place, where can you come from? Where you say, it doesn't matter if the person is there, if the person is not there, ego, no ego, belief, non-belief, attention, no attention, all of this doesn't matter to me. Because I have this awareness completely untouched. Then you can say, like Ranveer was saying, then you can also say from here that peace, non-peace, grief, non-grief, joy, non-joy, nothing. All these states are allowed to come and go, but they don't touch me at all. And I'm not concerned by their presence or absence.
No, Father.
Also, mind, no mind makes no difference.
No, Father.
Then Satsanga had said she wanted to come up, so she can come.
Namaste.
Namaste, my dear.
Today when I wrote that message, I just felt sick and I feel afraid to just share. Part of me saying because I'm going to get scolded for telling the same story again. But
Have I scolded any of you? Maybe it's time. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
But it was yesterday you were saying about acceptance, and something came up again, and it's something that there's so much resistance to it, but I feel it's really difficult to speak it. So can I type it in the chat box, please?
Yes. Yes. So you said something, and then you said, and as I opened my eyes, I heard your voice saying, but even this is appearing in front of you. I can say that the nightmare itself isn't so much a problem. except that my body seems to manifest physical symptoms and pain as if it really happened. I don't understand why this is happening like this. This sort of pattern has been continuing since I was 16. I can't take it.
So I feel like there's but what you said yesterday about accepting it kind of struck me, because this morning I woke up and I just
Both the
I
perspectives
don't
cannot be
want it.
true. Yes. Either you must see that it's appearing in front of you, or you can say, I don't want it. Both cannot be true. Because once you see that it is appearing in front of you, then there is no aversion to anything. But it is the fear itself of this type of occurrence, this type of pain, that keeps it alive, you see. So it can either be that you see it's in front of you, or you can say that I don't want it. It cannot be both.
It felt like the nightmare was in front of me, but it feels like the physical
Yes.
leftover sensations is not in front of me
Yes.
right now.
See now, this body, okay? This nose, is it in front of you, or is it you? This nose.
I'm aware of it.
Kind of, okay, I know where this is going. Yeah. There is something which doesn't want to see this. There's something which doesn't want to see this, and you cannot give energy to that one. Because this one has been around for a long time, since you were 16. And if you keep buying into this thing, this resistance of seeing what is true, then you're sort of holding my hand with one hand and sort of holding that guy's hand with the other hand. See? And you can't do both. Both, you cannot have the mind and the heart as a master at the same time. So the entire body actually is in front of you. It comes from you, but to awareness, it is just an appearance. And also we must clarify to ourselves that all these points of suffering have given us the momentum to be in satsang. So whatever purpose they had in the play, that has been done now. And now you must already somewhere feel that even if this body has to drop, even if this body has to drop, everything in this body will dissolve. It is going to anyway in a few years. Why am I so holding on to this idea of being a body? Because when I look, it is clear. For you, I can say when you look, it is clear now. So where does this resistance to looking come from? When you look, it is not possible that you come back and report that the sun rises from the west. When you look, it must be clear that you are this looking, this seeing, this witnessing itself, this awareness. The best the mind can do is come and convince you, no, 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 that's not what you want. No, you just want freedom from this pain, you see, from this suffering. You are the Supreme One. You are the Supreme One. No energy can hold you. All pain is also in front of you. I'm not saying that it will become like there is strong pain. You think, ha ha ha, this is just pain. No, the ouch can be there from the pain. You cannot say really with conviction that it is happening to me. What happened with children? Huh? They fall down and they hurt their knee or something like that, and they're crying when you're putting the Dettol on it and you're putting the band-aid on it. They cry. But what do sometimes parents do? They'll put on some song, they'll put on some cartoon, something like that, so that they get distracted away from it. And suddenly they stop. So, who has more power? The attention itself, when it moves away, then the pain doesn't seem to exist anymore. It is the belief itself when it goes that I am suffering, then everything seems to be just fine. I can tell you now that if I were to sit here and make some funny faces, you'll start laughing. I'll make some funny faces at you, you start laughing. Then what happened? Where is the pain? What's happening? All gone, you see. It's all a question of attention and belief. But the more we want to marinate in this attention, this belief, oh, this has to go, this is still here, all this, then more and more trouble. One of my teachers many years ago used to say that if you want to be sad, all you have to do is think about yourself. How many thoughts does it take to become depressed when we start thinking about ourselves? Me, me, me. 5, 6, enough. Why is this happening to me? This also happened to me. Very quickly, the victim identity is picked up. So, if you are one in the Sangha who can say that you had some really strong experiences in your lives with war and with death and all of these things, I know you can say this is like that. But even to you, I can say that ultimately all of this was also nothing. Because you are still here. You are still here. And you are here in Satsang. So if you still want to believe something, then believe something like this. Like in my case, I would believe that I would go through 10 lifetimes of complete misery for just that one moment of sitting when I looked into my father's eyes. If you must believe something, then believe something like this. You know? If I would go through all of this rubbish energy, this, that, these events, all of this, but just this honor of discovering what I am very directly. Suppose we made a deal before you were born. Suppose we made a deal before you were born, and I came and said, yes, yes, my child, you can have a very easy life, but at the end of the life, you still die pretending that you are a person. Huh? Or I came and said, no, we have another option, option B in the game, you know, the expert mode of the game, which is seems like so difficult, so much event, so many this thing, but at the end of it, you will discover that you are this, the self, the absolute one. Which one would you pick? You say option one is going to spoil the story a little bit. Okay?
It feels like there's such an attachment to the story. I can feel something just doesn't want to let go.
You all have the memory of a fish. You know the fish story, right? No, you don't? Okay. So I was in Tiruvannamalai one year, and then Mujiji was there, and we had another friend, Gautam. Boone. He was called Boone at that time. And they all went to a restaurant for dinner. And then in this restaurant, they had an aquarium. The aquarium, then there were these fish. They were just sitting there, and then Gautam says that, you know, Mujiji, that a fish has a 3 second memory. So anything could have happened to it, and in 3 seconds it is forgotten. So another fish could have come, it could have slapped him, and then it goes angry, angry, but in 3 seconds, nothing, you see. So, like this. So it is just this. If you have the memory of a fish, then yes, you're living in the now. Whatever is coming is coming. You're not so concerned about all of this. It's a beautiful, beautiful way to be. And what takes you away from the moment? It's only this belief in thought, whatever it might be. Imagine this 3 second memory. If I have a 3 second memory, I just say, are you aware now? What did I say? Oh, let me say, are you aware now? Don't believe your next thought. No, Satsang. Okay, don't believe your next thought, okay? Can there be a story without the memory? Memory is such an unreliable. Garima, my wife, she has a twin sister, and they grew up together, and they had many instances where they remember completely differently, both of them, and both are sure that it happened the way they remember it. Why we want to spoil this now based on some memory which is reporting something which is stale from the past? It happens, and you see it very often how unreliable this memory is. Some of us, Ram, Jyotika, me, we were in Satsang with Mujiji. And that is the Satsang in which he said that maybe I should give you some spiritual push-ups to do. I shared this story. Maybe I should give you some spiritual push-ups to do. So you go, you're going down, and Om Namah Shivaya. And then you're going like this, Om Namah Shivaya. So you do these spiritual push-ups with Om Namah Shivaya chanting. And in my memory, it's very clear that he said, I will give you 26 spiritual push-ups to do. But Ram and Jyotika both had different numbers, just right after Satsang. One said 29, one said 30 something. I don't know what it was. What's the truth? Who can tell? Forget about memory. Don't use your memory to remember memory. This year, Mujiji was saying very often about deleting your SD card and removing your RAM and all that computer terminology. All these are just snapshots, photographs of the past which have been taken on this. So just delete this hard drive or whatever.
We're gonna need a reboot.
Reboot. The reboot is coming, no, in another 30, 40 years. Not too far away. 30, 40 years of dream time is nothing. In one night, you can have 30, 40 years of dream time. You can have 1,000 years of time and space are nothing for you. We could be having this conversation 40 years later. Nothing. It's really nothing. You've been in satsang how long now? I don't know. At least 6 months, at least maybe a year. This past 1 year just seems to have passed, isn't it? It seems like just a blink of an eyelid where you first came into satsang. How much time do we need to see which is that which is here now? How much time is required to see that which is here now? Why do we refuse to look? Okay, let's make this kindergarten version of Advaita. If the truth is true, then it must be here now. If God is real, then He must be here now. Anyone can debate this? If the truth is true, it must always be true, and therefore it must be here now. It must be true now. If God is not just another appearance which is coming and going, then it must be eternally present. So that which is here now, all it takes is the looking of what is here now. And what we'll prefer to do sometimes is just not look, but to say, but my mind is saying this, but my mind is saying that, or my feelings are saying this, or my feelings are saying that, or my body is saying this, and my body is saying that. It's just distraction which takes you away from the simple looking of what is here now. So what is here now?
Resistance to look. Actually, I can feel it. Just something that does not want to see or
Yes,
look.
that is there. But can it stop you looking? Can you stop the looking because there is resistance? Turn off the seeing, turn off the witnessing. Because there is resistance, can it really resist you? In what way is the resistance stopping you? It must be deriving, if it seems to have some power, it must be deriving its power from you. Yeah? You have interest in the resistance or no? Are you interested that there is resistance or there is no resistance? Are you interested or no?
It seems like I am.
Yes. That's why it seems like it has power. Now you just look. Look at who's looking at the resistance also. Who's aware of resistance? You use whatever is appearing to just inquire into yourself. Don't be running scared, oh, resistance is coming, I must run, I must stop. No, you say who is aware of resistance also. And it is the same resistance which is actually plays out like this. It can play out before satsang, it can say, no, no, enough satsang, let me take a break. All this can come from the same guy. It doesn't take time. Just look now and tell me what you see.
Father, can I come up, Father?
Yes, my dear. Just in 2 minutes. Let me just wait for the answer from Satsanga. What do you see?
Right now, it just feels like everything is just appearing in front of something that's, I don't know, it's just,
Sounding like a child who's done half her homework and she's being very sheepish that she didn't do the other half. So you said that it's just seeming like everything is appearing in front of what?
I don't know what it's appearing in front of.
But you see that it is appearing in front of something.
Yeah.
And where are you seeing from?
It's like I'm behind everything, but
Yes. But my mind just won't accept it. It won't. That's what I keep telling you, it won't. You just have to see. If you keep referring to the mind, it will say, not yet, I don't see it. Is it really me? I don't see it. You'll have this kind of rubbish. You just check. Am I aware now? Where are the appearances? Which appearance is really touching me? It's simple like this. Am I aware now? Yes. Where are the appearances? They're here. Okay? Is any of this appearance touching me really? You find it is not. There's a simple looking. Just like this. Am I aware now? Where is everything? Everything is just appearing. All of this which is appearing, does it touch me? No, it doesn't touch me at all. Just like this. It's very simple. I know it's very irritating for some of you when I say it's very simple. It's okay. We'll be saying the same thing very soon. Okay, which part? Am I aware now? Yes or no? Where is all that is appearing? Where is all that is appearing?
it's appearing through me, or I'm aware of everything that's appearing.
Yeah. And is awareness, this awareness, is it affected by what is appearing? The content of what is appearing, is it affected? Is awareness changing based on what is appearing? Can you say that I'm less aware now, I was more aware 5 minutes ago? If you can see that you are unaffected, untouched, unchanging by any appearance, then what can you truly report that is happening to you? Now let's look what is happening to you. What is the contact point between awareness and this appearance? Where does awareness and the body come in contact also? You will find that all appearances are just coming and going inside you, but nothing really has the power to touch you in any way.
Feels less because when with the eyes closed, it feels more and more like the body is just sensations. But
Yes.
then when you open it, I open my eyes, and then it feels less convincing.
But when you check, what happens even then?
My eyes
Even
closed, then it
okay,
feels like
let's check with eyes open. Where are you now?
so. Then it feels like I'm located somewhere like behind my eyeballs.
Yes, it seems like we're somewhere in the head. No? And yet we are aware of our hands. We are aware of the presence of our body or no? Or we're just aware of the presence of our head.
Body.
So see if this awareness is touched by anything, even this body, is it really affecting awareness in any way? Go through your body slowly and see whether any part of awareness is being affected by what's happening in the body.
With eyes closed, I can say no. With eyes open, it feels. And suddenly,
What is changing? Only that there is more perception which is flowing through, isn't it? All that is changing is that there seems to be more perception which is flowing through. Okay, then for now you confirm this over and over with eyes closed. And soon you will find that it makes no difference, eyes closed or open.
because with eyes closed, even like it feels like even pain is just a sensation, and there is not then there is not even so much a sense, or it's there is no sense it's happening to me. But then at the moment the eyes are open, it's like, oh, it's the
Okay, don't make this a thing now. The eyes open and closing. If it's working with eyes closed, just be like that naturally, and then soon you will see that it doesn't matter, closed, open, it's all the same. The pain doesn't is not shifting. You know? When eyes are closed, it feels like the pain is coming from the knee. Eyes are open, it comes from the hand. It is like it's just the same energy which is asking for attention. It's just that the amount of sensory perception which is flowing through seems to be more when our senses are open, eyes are open. Don't give it to the scientist mind.
thank you so much.
Very welcome. Okay, there are lots of questions, but Baswant wanted to come. You can come, my dear.
Namaste, Father.
Okay.
I'm sorry if I interrupted.
No, it's completely fine.
I thought it was done somehow.
Yes,
It was lost.
completely fine. No.
So am I audible, Father?
Yes,
Okay. I have two things to come up with. So my observation is there is awareness and then there is attention on being aware. So there's a lot of struggle initially that I'm not being attentive about my awareness. I know it sounds very funny, but so whenever there was no attention on me being aware, there was a lot of agitation and frustration and everything. I don't know, something happened 2 days ago, a day ago. A realization that attention belongs to the realm of this world or the mind. I don't have to be or need to be attentive because it is already there. I need not bother about being attention, or I need not necessarily make every event or emotion go under the scanner of attention,
yes.
because attention only belongs to this world. This came up spontaneously. The second thing is I can feel this strong reflex of this personhood. I don't know what to call it. Maybe a personality that is trying to come up very, very strongly. It's like it's even saying I will make your life more interesting. It's
Yes.
boring. What the hell are you doing? Let's go play a video game. And I don't even feel like resisting to it.
Yes.
Sometimes yes, I'm giving it what it is asking for. Probably it could be like, let's go to a movie. If I feel like going to it, I'll go. But sometimes I'm not. The point is, I'm not trying to resist to it, rather. But then I can feel this presence of strong resistance or reflex that is trying to come up.
Let's look at this one first because I remember the first one you'll have to repeat for me a little bit. So you can remind me what the first question was. This one was that this voice is saying these things, sense of personhood, basically just a thought, isn't it? Just this energetic form of a thought, yeah, which is saying, do this, let's do this. And then I do it. Then I do it. Yeah. So this one that does it is who? It's still the presumed decision maker or the doer, isn't it? Yeah. Sometimes you get these special DVDs. You get these special DVDs. So if you're watching The Godfather or something and you get the commemorative edition, then you have the voice of the actors and all that as the commentary which is behind. And they say that now I'm going to do this. In this scene, I'm going to do this. You know? So we are hearing this commentary and we feel that because this commentary is going on, I'm making the choice to do certain things. But actually, all that is happening is just like your heart is beating on its own. Nobody is doing it. So it is just this presumed one, which is presuming that it has some independent existence here, which is saying that because this thought came, I as a drop decided that I will not move to the left along with the wave. I will go right. It is just presumed. All this doership is just presumed. See? Because if I were to ask you that if there were two thoughts, one said go left, one said go right, who made the decision? You cannot show me this one. You see? This one is just imagined. You say, yes, I made the right decision. So if it seems like left made sense and it seemingly worked out, you'll say, yes, I made the right decision. But if it didn't work out, then you say, oh no, I made the wrong decision. So all this pride and guilt can come from this sense of doership. But this sense of doership is just presumed. Who is the doer? If there is no person, then who could be the doer? Okay? And this is the funniest thing in satsang. And you're new, so I'll repeat it for you. But with very often, you find that people can very clearly see, I am not the doer. Okay? I am not the doer. There is no person here. I can see I'm not the person. So now what am I supposed to do? If there is no person, then the one that is always doing is the one that is doing. Only this idea we had that I am the doer of something goes. You see? So thoughts can play, and thoughts can come and go. And after action is done, thought will come and say, see, good, good, you took left, it's a good thing. Which is the commentator, like the commentator on the DVD, just saying this, now like this. It doesn't change the script at all. What is moving is moving. We're just presuming that I did this and I didn't do this. You see? So then you will find that you are not the thinker of your thought, which is clear for you already, and it will be completely clear that you are not the doer of your action also. At least not you as a person. You can say that I, as consciousness, am the doer of all my actions. But you cannot find the person, so how can you say I personally did something or didn't do? You can say like this also, but only conversationally, not with seriousness. Because I don't want you going around on Facebook saying consciousness is now the doer. Not like that. You see, being very natural in all of this, you don't have to have that. But you cannot believe that you really are doing something as a person, because there is no person. And without this sense of doership, I can tell you that this dream becomes a joy, because every moment is full of wonder, even wonder about what is going to emerge from your own mouths, what actions are going to happen through your own hands. This is what Mujiji says is handing over your existence to existence. And it's not like existence is waiting for your handover, you see. Existence is already running your life. Surrender only means that we realize that existence is running our life. Very good. Okay, lots of questions in the chat. Long ago, almost in the beginning of Satsang, Devika said, I was just drifting off when Father said, what did I just say? I should do this sometimes. Shanti says, the other day, you said that consciousness is not aware of awareness. Yes. I always excluded consciousness from the play of Leela and saw that consciousness as the eyes of awareness itself and also aware. So let's look at this together again. Are you in the handout? So you're in the sleep state, no consciousness, nothing to report on. There's nothing, no phenomena, no time, no space. Then the sense of being wakes up. what we call the waking state or the dream state, the sense that I am. And you are able to say that I was asleep and now I'm awake. Means I was in the sleep state and now waking state is here. So this awareness is aware even of sleep when there's no being. Let's say no being. So the waking state came, and being is present. I am here. I am, then the other is. This world of duality is born. Me and the other. So being is just being. And although it is made up of awareness itself, but it is now exhibiting itself in the form of beingness. So although being, and if this is confusing for some of you that are new, don't worry about it. Let the word just seep inside you. So although the being is made up of the seeing itself, it is exhibiting itself in a different way, just as this presence, as being, as the light of the universe. In the presence of being, then the universe takes birth. But even in this, when this appears, it is awareness which is aware of the presence of being. This being is not aware, it is just being. Although it is awareness, but it is playing itself to be this beingness. So ultimately, you are the greater, that which is aware even of the presence of being. It's a beautiful question, and only one who has deeply contemplated these things can have a question like this. I'm very, very happy with the questions today, actually. Very, very.
That's one question.
Yes.
When is consciousness conscious about itself? Of itself, consciousness is conscious of itself. What is that state?
Being is just being.
So consciousness being conscious of itself is being.
Yeah, being is just being. Consciousness is the presence of being.
Consciousness is the presence of being. So consciousness is conscious of itself. So
the sense that being is just being, and yet you are aware that this being is present. So being is just being, but you are still the seeing, which is aware.
Because today in the morning,
Yeah.
I was listening to Munji, and he was talking about these three. When you're in presence, it's another state from the little ship, and then I'm not very clear.
Yes. So I can clarify that for you. It's a play of attention. Right? So attention can be on the world and on the body, and it can seem like that is the usual state. Then it shifts and say, bring your attention inside and see that this presence, this being is here. I am. So that can be called the first shift. From this external, including external inside, thoughts, memories, imagination, so attention can be there. And then there can be a shift of attention, and we say, just bring your attention to the presence of being, to the sense that I am. Attention goes there. That seems like such a beautiful shift, isn't it? And then, what is the second shift? Which is that there is awareness even of this being. And in this way, the attention seems to come back to its home. To the awareness itself, which is unreliant on the presence of being. It doesn't matter whether being is present or absent. Everything phenomenal relies on the presence of being. All is only when you are. As this presence I am. But this awareness does not rely even on the presence or absence of being. It is aware of sleep, it is aware of dream, it is aware of waking. In this way attention can come. So this seems like if you have some mastery over attention, we can put like this. But the simpler way is just to set attention free. Just set it free and you see that it's always home.
There's always a point of attention.
This seeming shifting is not happening to you because you are just this awareness. The shifting is happening for attention.
Eka Chintanat is what?
Say again?
Eka Chintanat.
Okay, you have to
Prana
translate.
Bandhanat, Prana Gila Manasa Eka Chintanat.
Okay.
But Ramana
You're
Maharshi
pulling out the heavy weapons.
Sorry?
You're pulling out the heavy weapons, I'm saying. You have to translate a little bit.
With the content is when we breathe consciously to then we put the mind to sleep and then the single thought leads to the destruction of the mind. When there's no mind, there's no person, and it's only the self. So then it is a point of attention.
Yes, and all practices focus on attention.
Focus on it.
You see? But I have a simpler way. Let your attention do whatever it wants, just don't give your thought the belief. You see, because sages, masters have been saying for so many, many thousands of years, control your attention, bring your attention here, keep it there, bring it to your breath, bring it to the body, bring it to this presence, bring it here. How many have really got it? And it's truly a wonder why so few are focused on belief. That's why I say that to open this locker of misery, you need two keys. One is the key of attention, second is the key of belief. And if you just withdraw your belief, it's so much simpler. Then even wherever attention is going, it's not bothering you. You're not even believing the concept, my attention should only be here, it should be here. And most of you have seen this, that it works. You see. It's so simple not to believe your next thought. Unless you're believing the thought that it isn't.
So clear that if I touch anything right now, if I touch anything with the mind or with the it's just like instant suffering.
Yes, it's very good.
And
She says it's so clear that the instant I touch anything with my mind, there's instant suffering. This is very good.
I feel like I can't touch anything. It's only option just to.
Yes, but touching anything means again, don't make it
Yes.
about attention.
Yes.
Yes. Because if you make it about attention, then it will seem very constrictive. I should just sit in my room, just go to satsang, don't interact with anyone. Everything seems to be trouble. But then you make it very like a cave, the cave syndrome. Right? I'm saying don't worry about attention. Just don't give it your belief. Easy. Then you can roam free in life. Wherever your feet take you, you're fine. Whatever interactions are happening, it's fine. Just not believing anything what the mind is saying.
And it's I can see more that how much I wasn't even aware of this imagined me has been in the reference. I don't know, just I mean just even all this weekend and all the thoughts that got me. This imagining that's still that I see.
Yes, you are constantly seeing. Whether you feel you are seeing or not, it means whether your attention is inside or it's outside, the seeing is just seeing. The awareness is just aware. So the play is not affecting you in any real way. It seems to affect the identity. It's happening, it's happening. And actually nothing is happening to you. And yet this play continues. A little bit juice can come sometimes. That's it. That's why you created this world. You go to a movie so you enjoy it. You just don't want it to be too tragic or too. So to avoid that, you'll see, you remind yourself. So, okay, I'm mentioning my wife a lot today. So you go with her for a movie, and sure enough, before the kids, before anyone else in the hall, she will be the one crying. Saying, they're just acting, right? It's just a movie, isn't it? So that's what satsang is for. You came for this movie and then you forgot it was a movie. You're crying, crying. So I'm just reminding you, it's just a movie. Remember, it's just a movie. I'm not saying stop enjoying, you'll stop. Just go in a cave and sit. None of that. Just don't believe that it is real. Don't give your belief. Don't give your sense of reality to it. So I'm just nudging you in the theater. It's only a movie. And the scene is not so sad anyway. That's all that I'm doing. There is nothing which will not work out. As long as we don't expect it to work out the way our mind wants it, then there can be no trouble. It's very good. This fire which is burning for you coming here, I know some might be getting scared that look at her, she sold all her stuff and she came to India and look at how much she's suffering. But it's actually very good, very good. Because you will, from this fire, you'll come out so gleaming, so strong. Great. Very important to let this also burn for some time. Very important. Because all this is only garbage being burned. So you discover that all this heavy baggage that you were carrying was completely needless. Tissue.
Why does it have to be so painful?
Not so much.
What is love like
If it is too painful, you would lose consciousness anyway. So this is the fact that you're awake means it's not too painful.
The Brian Cathy, how she woke up.
Yeah.
And then I saw another person, a lady, talking to Muji about pain. Remember she was saying.
Yes, but would Katie choose not to have that pain and not wake up? Because our belief in the person is so strong that life needs to create this suffering. You see? Like she's saying, although she's crying, actually she's very happy about it because she's discovering so many aspects which were being carried and now are being burnt. Would you rather just be in denial for the next 30 years and not see all of this? No, you would not do that. But this is satsang.
That's why yet again you say it need not happen, it didn't happen to you.
It need not happen like this necessarily. Every expression of this is different. I had a lot of suffering before I met Guruji. You see, so we can say that most of the junk was already burned.
You had less.
Yeah? Yes.
Yeah.
But we never know where we are in the ladder of garbage being burned. It's good not to know. Because this knowledge itself becomes the trouble which needs to be burnt. All our presumptions about ourselves, where we are, what kind of people we are. Yes, how can we become nothing and still carry some concept about ourselves? So if there is a concept, it will be pushed. You say we want to be empty. You said nothing. Just this nothing. Then that is an invitation for God to take away all that you're holding on to. Are you ready for that? See, that's the question. Are we ready? Is this the little bit of courage which is needed to make this prayer? Take away all. I just know that I want to be at the feet of my master. Take away all. And say like that. If you have that, then grace is always with you. Sometimes it can seem like strong medicine. As you said, take away all. It's coming fast. Every day something new. Every day something. It's good. It's very good. And sometimes mind will say, "Can you just say slow down a bit? I know I made the prayer, but this, can you relax a little bit?" This relax a little bit can mean that we meet again in 10 lifetimes. Because for eternity, a little bit is maybe a million years, who can say? Do you truly want that? Are you open enough now to say, whatever the universe wants, whatever God wants, whatever grace wants, is fine. I'm giving up my preferences and throwing away my menu and let the waiter called God serve me whatever he wants to serve. You remember that you made this prayer just now. She's saying yes now.
The mind was saying, I think maybe yesterday or the day before, hey, have a break. Not really.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe. No. Maybe I should forget about all this. But it was just
just
very
some stuff.
nonsense
It's
stuff
okay.
for me. That's how I just have to laugh at that. Yes. All the way.
Very good. If you can just say yes, it's okay. And then all buttons get pushed. All buttons. If you were together, both of you in the same house, I hope you won't mind me saying these things. But it can be like that. The most beautiful Sangha members are together. First day is very beautiful, second day very beautiful, third day very beautiful. After 5 days, why is this one like this? Why is this one like this? I'm just presuming this. Then it can come because it can irritate these personal attributes will bother the person. That is what they're there for. Once you're in Satsang. And about the teacher also, it can come. He keeps joking about his hair, but he still doesn't get it cut. So what is the, Actually, I was noticing when I was talking to Satsanga that our hair is looking very alike. Hers is looking better than mine, but so all that is personal will get squeezed out. Even whatever feels personal with the teacher also, even that is getting squeezed out. So nothing lives up to our idea of what it is. Nothing truly lives up to any idea of that we have over it. So many of you can have this very utopian concept about being in the physical presence of the Guru can be like this and it can be like that. And sometimes they play it like that and sometimes it doesn't play like that. And for everyone, it can play differently. Jaya came, she stayed 6 months, not one issue. It didn't seem like she had. You know? But some, so maybe she was like that. Maybe now she goes back, maybe something else. Is it? So you can never predict.
And yet it's so amazing.
It's okay. It's okay because you can, like I say, you can go to Tiruvannamalai hoping that it's so beautiful, blissful, the mountain. You come close to the mountain and something starts burning. This is the mountain. You can play like this. And as long as we are saying yes, then all this is fine. If you're playing games with it, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, then it can seem to. So whatever is coming up, you
Don't want that bad stuff.
don't want the bad stuff. Why?
Because yeah, I have enough bad stuff.
This fear also has to go. Life will show you that you are indestructible. How will you believe that you are indestructible? Once a fire is set under you. Otherwise, you will just, it will be a concept, oh, I'm indestructible. But once you walk through this fire, you see that I'm truly indestructible. All this happened, but I am still here. I am present. And then you will lose that judgment about good and bad. Maybe it's still too dark. Yeah, it is Jesus. You're coming close to that scary situation. Yeah. Okay, so we have a queue, 6:30 India time. So Anna can come first, my dear.
Okay. No?
Can you try again, my dear? It still shows that your mic is on mute. Yes. Try now.
Okay.
Yes, little audio is here now. You can see now again.
Okay, you can hear me now.
Yes, I can hear you. It's not very loud, but I can manage with this.
Okay, I can speak louder then.
Okay.
Okay. What I wanted to speak yesterday is not today, so
Good.
I feel different today.
Yes.
So I don't even remember exactly what I wanted to ask yesterday. So that question is not here.
Yes.
But something that I want to say is that when I come to this group, you say normally, what's in here? What's here? And
I say what? Can you repeat? When you come to this group,
what's here? What's here?
what's here? What is here? Yes.
What's there?
Yes.
Yeah, and I think it's love. Love is here.
Obviously.
As I say, many things that you say, I couldn't care less. I'm sorry about that.
Yes.
With all my respect.
It's completely.
You repeat the same thing. Sorry, and I felt this love in other traditions with other people, but the love was there. The content was different, but the love was just the same, which I think you point to anyway. You use those words, but the words, don't connect very well. At times, sometimes I connect very well, sometimes I don't connect at all, the words, but the love, I can see is here. But something I want to be very thankful for is the Sangha, because I feel that, I receive a message, are you there? Do you want to speak? I can see the caring. I can see not only you're caring, sorry about that.
No.
I cannot even call you father, that is fine, you know, it doesn't matter.
Yes, it doesn't.
But I think it's everyone here as well, and the love is in the coming together, is the presence, is the openness, is the being together lost or found, or just being here. I didn't know what I was going to say, but I think after being so kindly invited so many times, I've asked for a turn, I feel like I have to say something. Although at times felt I have nothing to say, but I do when I don't. So I could say things. I think I could perhaps express that sometimes it's a bubbling desires in me.
Yes.
And I think perhaps they are the universe desires. I'm not sure. I think the universe, God can have desires as well through me. And don't know if you need to follow them or not. But I think that the saying that God can have desires, it can be then to God the freedom to, not the freedom, the openness to let those desires to be fulfilled if it's necessary. So sometimes I feel a lot of desire, tremendous desire to do certain things, to help tons of people, and that is not personal, I think, because I've been before thinking that I was going to be this big psychotherapist, that it was about me. It was about me looking good. It was about being big myself. But now it's feeling some desires that is not about me, but they are very big desires. They were big things, and I'm not going to follow them kind of like that immediately. But I can see them bubbling within and wanting big things. And I don't think it's about me anymore. And I think that this is the stage that you talk about where that appears, that spontaneously. It's wanting but not wanting, desiring but not desiring. So I think that's enough.
This is good. This is good. So
thank you very much. Thank you so much. But not only to you, to the Sangha, because it's Buddha's here. It's not only you, it's everyone. And it's so much here in every single one. And it just feels like it needs to be appreciated. We are one here. It's not you. You're not there. You're not there. You're nobody. and we are nobody either. It's all one. It's all one. Anyway, that's what came.
very good, my dear.
Thank you.
For sharing. Thank you. Some other question? Okay, I know Shivani wants to come. Just before that, we'll just catch up with YouTube a little bit. So Chitra says, Beloved Ananta ji, Namaste. Why does a Gyani never experience boredom though everything is completely apparent to him at first glance or even before? Yes. At some point, it can be said that the power of intuition gets amplified greatly. You see? But the feeling also that comes with this power of intuition getting amplified greatly is that there's no interest in it. You see? So all of you are also discovering this, because you're getting these spontaneous, intuitive experiences, but you don't find yourself very interested in this. So actually, for me, if there was this intuition which was predicting every day and saying today this is going to happen, with this one this is going to happen, with this one this one. I would say no, keep quiet. I'm enjoying the movie. Right? Spoiler alert. You don't want to know. You really don't want to know. Because once you discover that you are indestructible, then you will not want to spoil this play, this wonder by knowing, okay, this is what's going to happen with her, this is what's going to happen with her, this is what's going to happen here. You don't want to know. So then you're open to this intuitive voice to share, like this in Satsang. But you're not accessing this voice for any sort of trickery, any sort of magic tricks in this world. See? Sometimes spontaneously something will come, which is fine. But there is no interest about the future because the present moment is so beautiful. There's so much joy in sipping a sip of water. You taste the water, and there's so much wonder in that. Why would you want to spoil it with knowing something about the future and what's going to happen? So that is why it can be said that the Jnani doesn't get bored because the present moment is so wonderful. So, so this forces of intuition can be there, something, whatever needs to be known will come up. But there's no desire here, there's no interest in figuring out any story about anyone, what their past is, what the future is. In this way, we enjoy every moment. And Marriott said, so grateful for the explanation about awareness and the play of consciousness. Very good, my dear. Thank you. Oh, this is from really long ago. Because Amba is saying, yes, I would live 1,000,000 years of suffering just to see your face. So I was asking someone, that I don't know what else. It's okay. Nanti says, Father, I see the mind wants to understand what you meant. It is not that important to have the definitions right here. The experience of consciousness is the presence of I am. In deep sleep, I am. Yes, I am as awareness. So it's okay. It's okay. We don't have to trouble ourselves with definitions. You're absolutely right. I am is not. Oh, in deep sleep, I am is not, but awareness is exactly what I'm saying. Amba says, Father, I think that is the case because you keep saying the same thing in different ways. I'm not sure whether that's a compliment actually. Devika says, Father, I'm miserable with sickness again and using it as an excuse to not concentrate on satsang, placing all resistance at your feet. If you can see like this, then it cannot get in the way. Because without your belief and interest, it will not get in the way. And satsang and sickness actually is a beautiful time for these experimentations. If something feels terrible in the throat, it's a very good time to see. Am I really touched by this? The body is screaming in pain. Am I really touched by this? Yeah. It's a very beautiful time. Yes, Nikhil said the director's cut. I mentioned The Godfather and I remembered Nikhil. Very good, Chanti. Very good, very good. Bhagavati ji says, I love you, Father. Head Bow to the light and wisdom of the Sadguru within you. Thank you for your boundless seva to us. Thank you too, my dear. Amba says she's leaving the hangout. When were you here? Just came for a short time and left. And Sumeher also says the same thing. He says, since I have made the prayer, so much. Says he's leaving the hangout. When were you here? Just came for a short time and left. Yeah, everybody's on mute. How come I hear myself? He said, since I have made the prayer, so much has been coming up. Identities, energies, pain, relationships, spiritual ego, blah blah. Bring it on. Very good. Father, all of mine is your giving. Very good. Sumeher also says the same thing. He says, since I have made the prayer, so much has been leaving. This YouTube is clean. Yes, but when you make the prayer, now that you've heard these reports, don't automatically presume that these things will happen. Just be open to whatever comes. Completely unpredictable. Because sometimes in that belief itself that can get energized you. It has to play like this. I'm not suffering, nothing is happening. That means I haven't made the prayer strongly enough. All this concept can come. Just be open. Devika says, thank you so much. Beloved Father, there is a constant pain, discomfort here. Then feeling sorry for myself in quotes, but then there is also deep peace. And peace is also seen. Sometimes I read from the Sangha or listen to the Sangha and it's like I'm listening to a sage. Okay, Radha is here today, so before she decides to leave, let's ask her to sing a song for us. And then Amba said, no, Shanti, I'd like to hear you sing, so Shanti can also sing us a song. Huh? You want to hear Shanti first? Shanti, ready? Radha is coming out of Turiya state at the moment, so she'll take a minute.
Okay, I'll try. I tend to want to cough in the middle, so I'll try. Shankara Karunakara Jagadishwara Parameshwara 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 Shankara Jagadishwara Parameshwara Shankara Karunakara Jagadishwara Parameshwara.
Very good. Oh, Shivani had said, Father, can I speak after Anna? Okay, okay, you can come now. Give Radha a couple more minutes to wake up.
Hi, Father. I'm gonna come close because everyone's asleep. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. It's just nothing actually, but I just wanted to make sure. Because I went to the silent space and um, I kind of deleted stuff because it's like I went there to expose, but it felt like there was no energy in it. There was no, I don't know. I got there and the energy dropped out of exposing. But being here again, like it came back. I need to expose this. So, and I don't even know what it was. I'm trying to do it. I don't know what it is again. It's this. Like I was typing in the silent space, there's just this trust, this huge trust, and it was the mind's trying to take credit for it. Like it's coming up with all sorts of stuff about how good this is, and and but even that, like, that's why I didn't write it in the silent chat because even that was like it just wasn't. I didn't feel like exposing it, even though it was there. But I just wanted, I just wanted to say that because that it just, like I said, it feels like a mist, even though it's there. It feels like
What's the trust thing? Is the lack of,
like
or the presence of trust, or what? What is the trust?
no, like presence. Like even when it's like something even gets belief, stuff gets belief, but there's this trust that even when belief is there, that there's a trust of you or me or whatever this is more. Even when belief is there, even when belief has gone to something, if that makes sense. Sorry, I'm talking quiet because everyone's asleep. So.
No, no, it's audibly clear. It's good. She says that the trust is so deep now that even if, like Jayani was saying earlier, that even if there's belief, there's no belief, if belief goes, it seems the person is there, there's trust that all will be fine.
Because when you're talking Satsanga and it's like even, seeing war and death and whatever, sorry, not whatever, but, I don't know the story, the full story. Part of me was like, that's a bit harsh, and there was this kind of belief that went there, like, that's a bit too much, and there was a belief, it went there, but even that instantly something came like, well, I trust, there's like a trust it's true, what you're saying, even in that moment of belief, like, yeah, it's just weird. Yeah.
Yes, because sometimes it can seem like that, no? That we're talking about things like war and so much of it, and all of that. And somewhere it has to be said that we have to move beyond all of that. All of that is also coming and going. And I have to say many times that even that is nothing. And when I say even that is nothing, something, oh, war, you know, if war is nothing, then
Yeah.
the standpoint, from the true standpoint, it doesn't mean that it's necessarily an expression of lack of compassion or something, but the point is that it's more important sometimes to look at what I am, and from that point of what I am, any appearance, no matter how horrendous or how beautiful, either end of the spectrum, both have to ultimately be seen to be nothing, just nothing. And it's very good sometimes these bubbles of, something can come like that, and because now you are marinating in satsang, some resistance is coming, some aversion is coming to what he's saying, but still, I know that there is something here.
Something, it's just trust. Something trusts more, even though that feels like belief has gone there, even though the experience is saying something else.
This is what I used to talk about quite often earlier, which was the development of trust. See, because that happens because you've not just heard the words, you heard the words and you digested them. And you can see that in digesting the words, being in the presence of satsang, all these ideas of suffering, all these concepts of personhood have faded away. And then when trust becomes strong, even if something irritates you, it bothers you, like how can he say that? Like this it can come. But the trust is so deep that it doesn't. Really, it just bounces off.
And I kind of just want to. I don't even want to check, but it's like, yeah, I guess it's like same as what Gianni says sometimes is if, because I'm noticing that the mind is coming and saying, oh, yay, it's finally happening, all this sort of stuff. But when I went to write that, like I said, in the silent space, it was just like, I don't even have the energy to believe that but I just want to make sure it's not arrogance, I don't know how to explain, but yeah, that was something that was.
I don't smell any arrogance. I don't smell it.
It seems if you believe what that's saying, then that's where the arrogance comes back in. When you give attention to those thoughts that are saying anything about anything, because really I don't get it. I don't understand any of it, so I don't even know if what the thoughts are saying are right or wrong or. I don't know.
Yeah. Not about what the thoughts are saying.
No. Thank you, Father.
You're welcome, my dear. Thank you so much. In this simple way, the truth is unfolding. Just a couple of weeks back, maybe a month ago, she was saying, I've been here so long and I don't get it and what's happening. It's very good. That's why I was saying earlier that it can play like that. Sometimes it can seem like it's not moving and then some tantrums can come and something. Then after a while, yes, it's so clear. This is always here. This is what I am. It doesn't have to be showbiz. It can be very just sober, very simple. It's not really like you're receiving an Oscar or something and you have to make an acceptance speech or something. It's much more than that. And yet it is so simple.
songs just popping. I don't know what to sing.
Which song are popping?
What song? The ones I'm going to record. Everything. You just pick one.
Tell me what's happening.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah?
Prabhuji.
Music. Okay, it's all done.
प्रभु जी दया करो, प्रभु जी दया करो, मन में आन बसो, मन में आन बसो, प्रभु जी दया करो, मन में आन बसो, तुम बिना लागे सुना, तुम बिना लागे सुना, खाली घट में तुम भरो, खाली घट में प्रेम भरो, प्रभु जी दया करो, मन में आन बसो, तंत्र मंत्र पूजा नहीं जानो, तंत्र मंत्र पूजा नहीं जानो, मैं तो केवल तुमको ही मानूं, मैं तो केवल तुमको ही मानूं, सारे जग में ढूंढा तुमको, सारे जग में ढूंढा तुमको, अब तो आकर बाह धरो, अब तो आकर बाह धरो, हे प्रभु जी, प्रभु जी, प्रभु जी दया करो, मन में आन बसो, प्रभु जी दया करो, मन में आन बसो, मन में आन बसो।
something funny I have to share. The other day I was talking about my mother romantic
Yes.
and I'm telling you something happened later and maybe she won't be listening to more recordings. I happened because the change you were and she left. It's so
So
funny.
many are
Like,
waiting in the hangouts.
I just got anything like just
She was singing, and it was like all the times I've ever been in satsang with Father came. Okay, my dear Ishani, we can play the invocations now.
Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Para Brahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Dhyanamulam Gurur Murti Pujamulam Gurur Padam Mantramulam Gurur Vakyam Mokshamulam Gurur Kripa Mokshamulam Mujiji Kripa Mokshamulam Ananta Ji Kripa Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niramya Sarve Patrani Pashantu Magaschit Bhagvavet Asatum Asat Kamiya Tamasuma Jyotir Gamiya Mrichurma Amritam Gamiya Om Purnamida Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachite Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Paramastu Om Shri Satguru Bhagavan Ki Jai Om Shri Satguru Bhagavan Ki Jai.
Thank you all so very much for being in satsang today. Sadguru Shri Mujiji Ki Jai.
Ananta Ji ki jai.
Jay.
Yay!
Jay.
Yay!
Thank you all on YouTube as well. I know that many messages I didn't read today. Thank you, Ishani. Thank you so much for moderating. And we can turn the broadcast off now as well.